Hello YouTube, it's Boost Tech here, and welcome to the very first revision session of AS ICT for the AQA exam board. So the very first unit we're going to be looking at is practical problem solving in the digital world, and the topic for that, which is the very first topic, topic 1, is health and safety in relation to the use of ICT systems. Now, so as you can see, the topic we're going to be looking at today is health and safety legislation for ICT. So if you go ahead and click on the next slide. So the very first injury which can be caused with using ICT related systems is repetitive straining injury, and what this is, basically straining or pain that the user can feel between their wrists, fingers and palms. The pain really lies in the tendons, muscles and nerves, and tissues become weakened due to the stress that you're putting on your fingers when you're typing. And so what can basically cause it is incorrect methods of typing. So for example, if you're typing with just your one finger, just darting around the keyboard with your index finger, that's pretty indecent way of typing, as you're not using the keyboard effectively as it's made for, as shown in the diagram. Constant typing, this is typing without breaks. When you're typing for a long period of time, what you want to do is you want to make sure you always take regular breaks. Stretch out your fingers. Don't just keep typing for like 4 hours straight and not have a break. It's important that when you're typing for long, like if you're I don't know, working in a business, they might ask you a question on how this relates to typing. You just basically want to say that make sure that the employee takes regular breaks between typing and don't type crazily. And also, it's not really a big deal, but sometimes keyboards, palm rest. Another one that is shown in the diagram doesn't have a palm rest, but these little things that it does have a slight effect on repetitive straining injury. It's more for comfort really when you're using a palm rest. It just it elevates your hands more rather than resting right the way on the desk or the workstation. And the main effects, or the visual effects, that you normally see with repetitive straining injury are swelling in the fingers, reddening, which is quite visible and you can pretty much tell, and you also get this tingling pain in your fingers. That some things like how you get pins and needles in your feet, but you get it in your fingers, and it's pretty uncomfortable. So basically, when the main aspects to take out of this slide is when you're typing, try and type with two hands as shown in the diagram, and try and go evenly spaced between the keyboards, so typing up and down rather than left and right, and make sure that you just take regular breaks when typing. So if we go to the next slide, so the next one is eye strain, and eye strain is just basically it's the strain within the actual eye when viewing a monitor or a display. And when you become asphyxiated to the monitor, this can really affect your eyesight. And what basically causes it is many computer screens of modern today, most of them come with anti-glare, but there are some that are really glossy, and this can really affect your eyesight. So when looking for a monitor, you really want to try and pick one up with anti-glare, or try one with a matte kind of finish to it, because glossy monitors aren't really good and not really ergonomically designed when looking at the monitor for long periods of time. Also, watching flashing images or flashing videos, also especially if you suffer from seizures, can really play havoc with your eyes, cause eye strain, and you really don't want it. And the effects are, as you can see, are headaches, which is just headaches in your head, reddening of the eye, not really common, but your eye just starts to become bloodshot red and not very good. Colored light, you start to see colored lights. Pretty much when you're looking at a light too long, you start to see stars and things and floating all around the place. And as I've mentioned, seizure in extreme cases. So pretty much, if you want to try and avoid eye strain, fundamentally you could just take regular breaks. Don't look at the monitor too long. According to the legislation, you want to take a break at least every hour, but sometimes even under that. You want to take regular breaks. Look away from the monitor at times. Don't affixate yourself to the monitor, and if possible you can buy anti-glare monitors, or if you don't have that, buy an anti-glare sheet for the monitor, which is a lot better than you know, trying to stare at a glossy monitor all day. So if you go on to the next slide, back pain. Back pain is felt with the users, and this can last several days if you're sitting in an uncomfortable chair, and this can cause serious damage to your back. So you make sure you want to have an ergonomically designed chair which is height adjustable, and you really want to, you know, feel comfortable with the workspace that you're going to be working in for, depending on how long the period of time you're going to be working for. So you may want to make sure your chair is height adjustable, and if possible that you've got a headrest to it, and also that make sure that's adjustable as well, so you can sit comfortably in the chair, making sure you're sitting square to the workstation, and you're not slouched, or you're not sitting, you know, too high up, too firm. You want to make sure you're not so much relaxed. You want to make sure you're in a comfortable working position and square to the workstation. And the effects of incorrect sitting at the workstation can just be back pain for several days, and you know, it can cause soreness of muscles, and if you do it for a constant amount of time, it can really cause damage to your back. So given that they asked you this in an exam situation, they might ask you, I know they asked it on the January paper, they might ask you name a ICT related injury, so i.e. back pain, and they might ask you another question saying that give an example of how this particular injury can be resolved, and you just put invest in a height adjustable chair, and that she marks for you. Stress. Now stress it's a smaller topic, and what the fundamental part of stress is trying to do too much work in a short space of time, and there's ways around it. You know, you want to try and organize your work so you're not doing like too much in one day, or trying to cram in too much work, or another way is to think up a work timetable, so you can organize your work day by day, so you're not trying to squeeze so much work into a short amount of time. But the effects of stress is headaches, queasiness or sickness, and confusion are the fundamental effects of stress. So you really want to try and avoid stress. Again, take regular breaks. See, with this particular section, you can always kind of get away with saying taking regular breaks, 'cause it's always a way around things, but don't be too reliant on it, because you don't want to say for every single question, oh, take a break, take a break, take a break. You want to really assess the actual problem itself, and try and, you know, find an ICT related solution to the problem, rather than just saying take a break. So i.e., as I said, mentioned for back pain, make sure you buy a height adjustable chair with the workstation, or for eye strain, buy a matte screen, or buy a matte protector over the screen to reduce the chances of eye strain. So this has been topic 1. It's a pretty simple topic, really. There's only really 5 you need to mention for ICT related injuries, so it's not like a massive topic. It's pretty small, and in some ways pretty self-explanatory. So this has been Boost Tech here. Rate, comment, subscribe, and have a pleasant day. Bye for now.